According to this, I'm a creative web developer without a website. Let's go. Hey, today I'm starting to work on my portfolio website, but before I start building anything, I first want to have a good design that I can follow, because usually for a project like this, I would try to showcase as many elements as possible, and I do not have the time for that right now. I have 0 clients so far, and I need to start working as soon as possible. So I will try to make a simple design that I can later improve if necessary. Oh, but before I start, let me show you something that I found while digging for references that I could use for myself. Did you know that the first ever website is still available for everyone to see? It went live in 1991, and apparently it provided information about the World Wide Web project and how to set up a web server. But look at that design, flawless. Well, since I want to have a somewhat better design than that, these are the whammies for web design. The first tip would be to have mobile optimization or responsive design. Just make sure that you ensure your website is fully responsive and optimized for mobile devices. The second tip would be to have a clear call to action. Guide your visitors towards the actions that you want them to take on your website, whether it's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or just contacting you. The third tip would be to be consistent with your branding. Maintain consistency in branding elements such as colors, fonts, and imagery across your website. And talking about imagery, the fourth tip would be to have high-quality visuals. Use high-resolution images and videos that are relevant to your content to enhance and convey your message effectively. And the last one for today is to embrace minimalism. Back then, I used to cram as much information and design elements as possible into my websites, thinking it would impress visitors. But now I've learned that simplicity is key. So for this one, I'm going to embrace minimalism. Okay, I think it's time to put those whammies into action, starting with the mobile design first. I want a homepage, a services page, a contact page, and a portfolio page that will host all of the individual projects. So 4 unique designs and a 5th one that will be used as a template. Nice, let's start with the homepage. Since I'm going for a minimalist style, I will be having only 3 sections. The hero section, which will serve as an introduction with a link to my services page. A creative section where I can showcase my skills and give a little bit more of information. And the projects section, which will include a link to the main projects page. Next, the contact page. This one is easy, since it will just be one section with my contact information. Then the services page will be a data dump, where I talk about my skills and the type of work you can expect from me. I will try to have a nice design, but it will be a data dump nonetheless. The projects page will be a list of all the projects that I have done so far, with each of the projects being their own section that you can click into. And lastly, all of the projects individually will need to have their own subpage, which will be a template with a hero section giving a brief summary of the project, followed by a blog style section with images and videos sprinkled in between. Oh, and I forgot. I will also need a header menu and a footer section for all the pages. I want the header menu to cover the entire screen when opened, and the same will apply to the footer, although this one will be permanently available at the end of every page. So now that we have a simple wireframe for all of my pages, in the next video I will give them some style.